Here's Parker Mountain, and you'd think this is a normal Sunday morning in Acton Agua Dulce, late August, but come over a little bit, look down Soledad Canyon, see this huge plume of smoke looking from Crown Valley Road and Soledad Canyon. Now on the far off hills, you see wisps of smoke coming up. But so far, on this side of the hill, you don't see the huge flames that internet blogs from people out of town predict are happening. The CHP has closed the area to all incoming residents and is turning people around, as you can see, sending them back down Soledad, or telling them that if they're residents they can go in, but otherwise they have to turn around and go home. The fire could be unpredictable, but probably will be contained.
I can give you our perspective, from the Highway Patrol.
Yeah.
And what we were just told by LA County Fire is that there's zero containment of the fire. It's went from 7,000 acres to 25,000 acres yesterday. They're not able to get any aircraft in the area to dump water because of the dense smoke and the large amount of smoke on the top of the mountain. So they're hoping for a little bit of wind so they can get airships in there.
Sure.
The area is evacuated. Agua Dulce area is evacuated. Thousand Trails is evacuated. We're letting residents come back in to get their belongings if need be, and everything's closed to everyone except residents.
Right. And what about the rehabilitation center, the rehab? Was that evacuated?
That's evacuated and that's closed. The supervisor came through this morning to get some medications for patients. However, patients aren't allowed in right now.
Okay. And so from this standpoint, you can't see very much smoke on this side of the ridge. Right. So the main fire is over in the Tujunga area. Is that correct?
I wouldn't be an expert. I'm not in a position to comment on that.
Right.
I'm not with forestry or
Sure.
the county fire department.
Sure.
I know that where the smoke is not exactly indicative of where the fire is because of wind. The fires, what the fire captain I spoke to briefly told me is that the fire's kind of sleeping on the mountain right now. Right. Because of the lack of wind, which is a good thing. However, fires are dynamic and that situation can change.
Sure, sure. I might add that within the last 2 years we've had massive fires that have swept between us and that big ridge there. So there's very little vegetation to grow. Hopefully the fire would reach that and not have anything to burn on. Yeah,
definitely hope that's a good fire break for you guys. And also, as you're aware, the fire department's very, very proactive when it comes to residences. They're going to steer the fire away from Acton as much as they possibly can.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
See here the huge smoke cloud coming up from the San Gabriel's and the fire engines and activity that are coming here. The road is blocked off for casual people coming in here, and fire engines are heading down Lower Crown Valley Road. This is a Forest Service truck, fire truck, heading up Soledad Canyon Road towards where the fire was last year that was successfully put out without burning any homes. As anyone who lives in Acton Agua Dulce knows, that looking south on Soledad, you can see the plume of smoke coming over the ridge there from Tujunga, up at the top of the frame. But other than that, you see, all of this big, huge plume of smoke that looks so scary and rising is coming up from the other side of the ridge here over down in the LA area. How was it at your place today?
Today's fine. Yesterday we had a good deal of snowing ash and bad air. Yep.
And today?
Today's, well, it's pretty good up there.
And did you get the order to evacuate?
No, did not.
Did not. And
no.
You're on the other side.
On the other side of the 14.
To the side of the freeway.
Right.
Well, let's hope it doesn't spread.
Agreed.
Could you care to comment about the fire, sir? Do you live up in this area?
We live on Shenandoah on the other side of the 14 freeway. Now, it's a little conflicting in the news when they're talking about Aliso Canyon being south of Acton and, and evacuations. I'm pretty sure that's north of Acton. But,
right.
You know,
right.
And it's confusing a lot of people out in that area.
And are you evacuating horses here, or?
Well, we tried, but it's really difficult to be part of any organization. The sheriffs and the volunteer, they have their own little group, and they don't want you a part of them. And so unless you know somebody, you're just kind of running around looking for some people that could use some help. But there was a thing up in Aliso Canyon. What was the name of that rescue?
I don't know the name of it.
There's a rescue up there, and I'm sorry, not a rescue, but an animal
sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Sure.
They've got elephants and hippopotamuses and a rhino. And his thing was the fire department told him that they're going to let the fire just burn through there, and him and everybody else up there are just on their own. They're not even sending any. There's no engines or anything anywhere over there. So he's a little upset, but other than that, I guess they're doing a great job.
Sure. I appreciate your comment.
We worked early last night, got in about 6 o'clock in the morning, and all the fire trucks and police officers were out. And so I got home, took a couple hours nap, take a walk down here and see that's farther up in the mountains where it belongs. So unfortunately, I think too many people got panicked.
Well, I think the internet created that, because I'm reading blogs from San Francisco, people that are writing it don't even live here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's like Acton's in flames.
That's what I heard.
That's what the media said last night. They said Acton and 10,000 homes in danger, we're in peril.
Yeah, which is totally untrue. So I'll get a blog up on the internet here in a few minutes. And
much safer than what it was a few hours ago. So
Sure.
The reverse line, what it was, bring everybody out, they started beating down during the
Southern Pacific Railroad is still running trains down the Soledad Canyon track, so they don't seem to be too worried about losing engines or cars or goods going down the track. You can see the billowing smoke coming up here above the sign at Soledad and Crown Valley Road, and the CHP has blocked it off.